Good morning, listeners, and welcome to the Trade Talk podcast. This is Shrikant Chouhan from Kotak Securities, heading fundamental and technical research. Today, we need to speak about crude oil, on which we discussed in the previous week that in case if we see the Brent is start trading below the mark of 104, then we may see the levels of 94. That's the broader view on the chart of crude oil. And yesterday we saw dip cut comfortably. Brent crude closed below the mark of 100 as well as 104. So eventually we are expecting Brent crude to move towards the levels of 94 first. On the higher side, now 104 is going to act as major resistance. If we go through with other key data pointers, then dollar index is comfortably trading above the mark of 108, which is negative. 10-year bond yield dropped to the levels of 2.9597, below the mark of 3%, which is giving some positive indications for equities. US market closed on the lower side as US markets are waiting for the inflation numbers which are going to come today in the US. So on that we have to react. Also for us, CPI numbers remain or came at an expected levels. So there we are not going to see any major reaction. But yes, still the inflation is at its highest level, and technically Nifty closed below the mark of 16,070, which is negative in the short term. Based on yesterday's formation, we are expecting market to fall further to the levels of 16,000 or maybe 15,950, 930. But today, because the crude has fallen to the levels of 100 and Asian markets are or emerging markets are a little bit on the positive side, we are expecting higher opening for the Nifty. Singapore Nifty is also indicating some gap up opening of 60-65 points. After that, we need to see that whether the market is crossing 16,160 or not. If we see the market is crossing 16,160, then yes, we can expect furthermore upside in the market, as broader pattern in the medium term, I'm going to say, of last 2 to 3 weeks, it is indicating us that the market is forming higher top, higher bottom, and after correcting to the levels of 16,000, again we can expect upward activity. But for that we need a close or sustenance above the levels of 16,160. So above that we can again see the levels of 16,200 to 75. That's the short term view. And on the dismissal of 16,275, we may see the levels of 16,350 or 400, where the market is having ultimate resistance. For the Bank Nifty, there also we saw some profit booking. It closed at the lowest point of the day, and there also we were expecting some more weakness in the short term. But yes, today we need to see that how actually it opens, and after opening whether it sustains above the mark of 35,500 or not, because above that only we can expect short covering for the Bank Nifty. Sector specific, we saw some activity in metals yesterday, but broadly they remain under pressure. IT stocks did well in the second half, but again after the announcement of the HCL Tech numbers, we need to see that how actually other mid-size IT companies perform in today's date. Financials, they are doing well. Yesterday there was some profit taking, and that's the reason the market was actually came down from the highs. So we need some more specific opening or some more specific activity in all the financials, then only we can expect market to move higher. Otherwise we are expecting market to remain in a range, and in case if we see the market is dropping to the levels of 15,950, 930, then certainly there we should look for adding some long positions. But at current levels we need to wait till the market is crossing 16,160. Friends, that's all from my side for the day. With this I am ending today's morning podcast. Thank you and have a great day to all of you.